Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's the start of a new weekly reading writing vlog. It's past 1 p.m. I ended up having kids all day today, open to close, staggered throughout the shift. A little shy of 300 pages into Red Rising, so I only have about 80 pages to go. Red Rising is such a wild book. Without giving away any spoilers, there is just such a huge shift in what I thought the plot was going to be, just shift in scenery, shift in kind of the momentum of what we were heading towards. And it's not bad by any means. I absolutely, especially since I can feel this plot point rounding out to an end, I completely get the point and how it was necessary, and it's just such an interesting choice story-wise for an author to take. Now that we're coming to an end, but there was a while where I was kind of struggling to read at the pace that I was towards the beginning. The beginning just like hooked me and grabbed me for the first 150 pages, and then it started for me, I lost a little bit of interest, and now it's coming back. And again, it wasn't bad, it was just a very, very different choice. I would have never, ever thought that would happen in this story. Definitely going to make a video about this book. It is so interesting. Maybe about the whole series. I definitely want to read the whole series. I can already feel it. So I filled out my planner last night, and on the agenda, aside from this vlog and reading more of Red Rising, I want to work on my first chapter again, but my friend who gave the critique is going to call me, and then we're going to talk about said chapter in much detail. Like, I'm going to take notes, we're going to have more of a discussion, so that's going to be sometime this afternoon. I have several creative friends where they do not like to talk about their projects. They do not want to have a discussion. They find talking about it with other people like ruins the story for them, or they just makes them lose interest in it. I do not have that issue. I love talking about my story, and I often find that it clarifies things for me. She knows my intention. She's seen different variations of said story, and so I'm excited to kind of pin down the best way to write this out. I've had a few people comment in various videos if I have considered the idea of self-publishing. Yes. A story idea that I had, it was probably my most impassioned idea before this current one. I either wanted it to be a graphic novel or self-published, and I was kind of looking into the self-publishing, or maybe starting off by self-publishing some short stories. I have thought about these avenues before, but truly believe this one that I'm working on is high concept and commercial enough that I think a publishing house would want to sell. I mean, that starts to get out of my control. That's just how I felt about this one pretty early on. I hope that I can query again in March, and depending on what happens after that, if I'm still unable to hook a literary agent, which is only the very, very beginning of the traditional publishing process. It's like you gotta get an agent, and then you gotta sell to an editor, and then to an audience. You know, I understand it's a whole process, and it's kind of slow and can be cumbersome, but I want to try it. If it doesn't work out, then I have no problems looking into the self-publishing realm. But like I said, the story to me lends itself towards being traditionally published, and at least what I'm seeing in the market, I see where it could fit in and the audience that it could have. And there is something about self-publishing that is a little intimidating to me, because it just, not that I'm opposed to work, obviously, but it just requires so much work and so much knowledge. And I don't know a ton about self-publishing where I do know a lot about traditional publishing. It feels more comfortable for me to pursue that right now, because that's where my knowledge is. But that's where I'm at. So I'm going to get to work on those things and talk to you guys in a little bit.
Get your budget back into shape after the holiday
Hey y'all, so I'm back home, took the puppies on a walk, ate some good burgers, and just got off the phone with my friend and we had a long discussion about my chapter 1, what worked, what didn't, different routes to take with introducing these characters in this world. And I have a very clear idea of where I want to start the story. So I think the first 2 chapters are gonna need, obviously, I just need to, once again, rewrite a brand new chapter 1, but then also modify things about my chapter 2. It's definitely gonna need a little work, and I know some other points in the story that I'm gonna have to do some rewrites, which I think I want to get started on tonight, but I'm also so close to finishing Red Rising. I have only 60 pages left and it's getting really good, so I kind of just want to sit down and bang this out, and then I haven't started editing my sit down video for this upcoming week. I wanted to start at least getting some editing of that done, but I haven't decided yet. Tomorrow is going to be a little bit more chaotic because I plan on going into work. I don't have to be at work tomorrow, but I plan on going in and getting some stuff taken care of. And then we're also going out for tacos, me and my girlfriends, and then watching The Bachelor. But as of right now, I think my soul needs to continue with Red Rising because it's getting so good. I can't believe it's gonna end soon. I'm like, no, we're just getting started. Also, it's only 6:30, so let me show you guys where I'm at with Mistborn. According to this, I only have 20 hours remaining of Mistborn, which is not bad in considering my commute and how often I walk the puppies. If I'm diligent, I could get this done in a week, maybe 9 or 10 days. Also, my current waist trainer. It's actually shockingly comfortable. I love having it on. Oh my god, I just finished Red Rising and I'm so... I need to get the other books. I don't know, I have so much other stuff to read. I'm just like trying to do the math in my head, like, okay, when can I get to these other books? Like, how soon can I make that happen? Oh my goodness, that was a trip. That was a lot. That was great. I loved it. Ugh, but also, ugh. This is one of those trilogies where the book 1, book 2, book 3 are very clearly the beginning, middle, and end. It's not just, oh, we'll just write this first book and see if it gets popular and then maybe have a second and third. It's like, nope, this has all clearly been planned out. And I that was really good, guys. I loved it. But now I'm sad. Also because I just finished Red Rising and now it's like 9 o'clock at night and I gotta get ready to go to bed. Instead of like full on going into my Word document and writing up a new chapter, I'm just going to handwrite some notes down of what I want to write tomorrow and just make myself focus on writing out at least a rough draft of my new first chapter tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call this a night though.
You want to align your hip, your knee, and your ankle in that one line. Ground all 4 corners of your left foot to the floor. Open to a twist, right arm up. And thread it under. Right shoulder to the floor.
August 14th, a Soho bar, a speakeasy. It's you and me and I'm feeling free. It's crazy how everyone lives up.
Good morning and happy Tuesday to everyone. So I am here at work. Even though the center is closed today, I need to do some shopping just for like cleaning supplies. I want to start recycling here, so I need to get recycle bins, things like that. I also desperately need to go to Starbucks. I ran out of coffee yesterday, so that was also part of my motivation to get to work early, so that I can go to Target and get some caffeine, because I don't have like headaches or anything. I'm luckily not that dependent, but I am having that weird thing where my brain is awake, but my eyes feel really heavy. But really, because I have so much going on this evening, I'm going to mainly focus on banging out the rough draft of my newly revised chapter. As you guys saw yesterday, I had a very long conversation with my friend. I took notes. I feel pretty good about it. If that's the only thing that I really focus on, you know, work-wise, then I think I'll be able to bang that out today. Let's go to Target. So it's officially almost 12:30. I cannot believe how long I was in that Target. But it's been a while since I've just like roamed the store. It's one of those places you can just get sucked into so hard. And it was fun and very tempting. I also did some like grocery shopping while I was there. I thought I would show you guys everything that I got, both for the center and myself. Now that I've become so much more conscious of how much waste goes into certain products, things that I would have happily have bought before, especially because if they're cheap or on sale. Glad that I was able to resist that sort of temptation, especially my worst things outside of like books and clothing are planners and things that are supposed to aid in the productive process. Partially because there's an aesthetic aspect. There's a, oh, now if I have, you know, this vision board and this calendar board and this new planner, I'm gonna be ultra hyper productive. And I used to fall into that pattern a lot more a few years ago, where it's like, oh, I'll be super productive after I buy a bullet journal, after I buy these certain things that are supposed to aid in my productivity. And granted, a planner has been useful in my life, but ultimately the best way to be productive is to just do the things you tell yourself you need or want to do. You just have to do it. No fancy book or planner or calendar. It might be able to aid your life, but that's not the thing that's gonna get the stuff done. You doing the things are what's gonna get the stuff done. So that has been quite the revelation for me the past few years, and it's definitely saved me a lot of money and from buying a bunch of junk. But speaking of buying stuff, oh, and since I haven't really updated you guys on the reading part, since I finished reading Red Rising last night, which still I just can't believe. I yearn for the second book so badly now, but I do actually want to get to King of Scars. That is the heftiest book on my January TBR list, so I want to get started on that right away. I don't know if I'll be able to read any of it today. However, I am a little over 6 hours into Mistborn, and I got to this cool part where the main character kind of explained to the other main character how the magic system works. And Brandon Sanderson, man, I've always heard this about him. His magic systems are detailed and specific and feel very scientific almost, but still fun. You know, you've seen what they can do with these powers, and even though there's very intense rules behind them, it's still like, ooh, that's cool. So I'm definitely getting more into that. That has been a joy. The things that I got from Target, these are just the lids, but I got new trash bins, and the ones with the lids are gonna be the new for trash, but I wanna use my current trash bins that I have here and convert them into recycle. The club that I work at does not recycle. However, I recycle. Or you can also take your recycled products to like a fire station and things like that. Considering how much, especially paper waste, we go through with like coloring and paper towels, there's just no reason we can't be recycling. I got some coffee. Laundry detergent for me. I don't know, I was just trying to go for the most eco-friendly detergent I could find. Natural, biodegradable, all-purpose cleaner that I want to start using here because it's cold and flu season, and even though we do have disinfectant sprays, kids put toys in their mouths. You know, same with these wipes, which I actually already have at home and I really like because they can be composted as well as like recycled, biodegradable, yada yada. Me and my employees go through a lot of tea, so I got some Earl Grey and then throat coat because even though it doesn't feel like it, it is winter in Ohio. More black tea. Okay, here's the fun stuff. When it comes to different holidays, I love getting little window jellies. And I also got some Valentine's Day stickers because kids love stickers. More stickers. There's a banner that I have over my whiteboard that I also like to keep pretty seasonal. So this is an XOXO colored paper. We do a lot of coloring in this joint. Vanilla wafer cookies, that's for me. The throat coat. That will save your life. I really want to switch over to toothpaste tablets because that's a more sustainable option than in the tubes. But again, Target didn't have those. I think some Targets do, but the one that I went to does not, unfortunately. So I went for the next best thing, and that is this Hello brand. All of it is recyclable and printed with soy ink and blah, blah, blah. Another thing that I got for myself for sustainability is the safety razors. No plastic. You're not having to throw away an entire razor every, like 3 weeks or whatever. Single blade, and those blades can be recycled. Not in a regular recycling bin. You have to like take them in to somewhere specific, but like you probably only need to do that once a year, if even. And then I got some super cute little Valentines. I love this one because I don't think it's technically Baby Shark, but it looks like Baby Shark. We love Baby Shark here. I just thought it'd be cute to try to make the kids write Valentines like to their parents or something. Glitter hearts for decor. Also little gifting bags, because I would imagine on Valentine's Day, I'm probably going to give the kids something cute to take home with them. Oh, and that's it. So I'm gonna put a bunch of this stuff away, and I have a few hours before I have to head home and walk the puppies and then meet up with the gal pals for some like tacos and margaritas. And then they said that we're going to do some yoga and then watch The Bachelor, which like, whatever, I'm not complaining. Yoga feels good. As you guys saw, I did some this morning. I'm not a hardcore yoga person by any means. The stretching just feels really good, and I am trying to be a little bit more conscious of my posture. I can feel that I want to slouch sometimes because of like reading and writing. With the few hours that I have, I'm going to solely focus on banging out this new revised first chapter. After talking to my friend, who is a genius and really should get into freelance editing. But now the story, and especially at least where to start, feels very clear, and I'm excited to get going. So I'm gonna put this away and start doing that, and I will check back in with you guys soon. Cool, so I'm not entirely done rewriting this first chapter, but I'm at the first, or at the chapter break. I'm about 5 pages in, and I suspect what comes next to round out the chapter will only be 2, maybe 3 more pages. I'm trying to keep this first chapter, no matter what iteration it's in, under 10 pages. I tend to write long. I feel really good about what I just wrote. It was clear, it was easy, there was action. I think it's a good introduction to the main characters. It's about 2:30 and I'm meeting up with my friends at 5. So I wanna go home and walk the dogs and clean the house, but I'm at a really good stopping point. So I am gonna get going. Good morning, everybody. So it is Thursday and Obviously, as you can tell, I did not vlog yesterday because I did not really do anything yesterday, which is a consequence of having such a fun Tuesday night, but was very productive during the day. Went out for Taco Tuesday, had some wine and watched The Bachelor with the girls, had some like really good discussions. It was fun, it was cathartic, but I stayed out way too late and I had to work the next day, but it's like I have to work at 8 a.m. and going to bed at between 2:30 and 3 was not wise on my end, and exhausted in a way where it's like I just could not do anything, except I did start reading King of Scars by Leo Bardugo, which I was worried because that book is so big, I think it's close to 500 pages, that it was going to be difficult for me to get through quickly. But it's like, oh no, I love this world and Leo Bardugo and all of that, and I'm already like almost 4 chapters in, almost 50 pages in. I already know the world, I already know these characters, I already know the powers, like it just is so fun right now. So that's been a joy, but otherwise didn't really get anything done, which I'm not thrilled about, and it's definitely something I have to keep in mind for next week when we do Taco Tuesday and Bachelor viewing again. As much fun as I have to make sure I get home at a reasonable time because I don't want to waste a day. I hate doing that. Today I have to edit and publish a video and finish out my chapter 1, and I'm gonna rewrite my query because I'm also meeting up with these girlfriends again later to get our nails professionally done, which I haven't done in years and years and years. Gotta get a lot of work done first. So I went from my video being around 16 minutes to now 9 minutes, which is much more in line with what I'm trying to do with these sit down videos. I'm trying to keep them much more concise, much more time sensitive. So under 10 minutes is my goal, and I still need to go and do another round of edits just to make sure that I caught everything and I put in all the information that I want to put in there, any pop-ups on the screen or sound effects or anything like that. So that's what I'm going to do now, and then I'm going to upload. All right, if you regularly watch my like sit down videos, please let me know how you feel about music playing very, very softly in the background. I obviously love including and utilizing music in my vlogs. That's one of my favorite parts of editing vlogs. But when it comes to sit down videos, because those are more information based, like I don't want the music to be distracting, but I sometimes can't decide if the silence is distracting. I don't know. I used a little bit in my Witcher video. So anyway, if you're just a regular viewer, let me know. I need feedback. All right, so now we're moving on to my favorite part of the YouTube process. I like editing, I like filming, but I absolutely love making the thumbnails. And so I use Canva, which is incredible. I wish I knew about it sooner. Guys, it is so weird to be I have my new video up and playing. I always play through the video after I upload it. Glad that it was a very easy one to edit and get through. Right, Yukon? Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Oh, I know. You worked so hard. I'm starting to get hungry, so I'm gonna cook up a ribeye in the fridge, and I'm going to meet up with my girlfriends a little bit before 5, so I have 3.5 hours or so. And so after I eat, I'm going to focus on finishing out my revised chapter 1, and maybe my query if I have time. I swear I'm not avoiding writing. It's just so sunny out. In January, I have to get all the sunshine I can get, so I'm gonna take the puppies on a walk come back, do some writing, get ready, get my nails done. That's the plan for the day. Okay, I'm not quite done finishing out this chapter, but I have to get ready and get going. But I feel so good about it. Hopefully I'm not gonna be out all night, so I'll have plenty of time to come back and work on it. It's been too cloudy this week to watch the sunrise. Good morning, everyone. It is Friday. I got my nails done last night. It was fun. And then one of my girlfriends came over and we watched the latest episode of Shark Tank. I don't know if y'all are into Shark Tank. I love Shark Tank for the most part. I have a lot on the agenda today, mostly writing related, a little bit starting on editing this vlog, although because I don't plan on posting it until Sunday, I have plenty of time. And then of course reading King of Scars, which I already love. I gotta make sure I get my writing stuff done and out of the way first, and then ideally a little bit of video editing, and then I can reward myself with King of Scars. But I also have some grocery shopping to do. Let me know if you guys have a similar issue as an adult, but I feel like to hang out with a lot of my friends involves spending money, and that's not always a bad thing. And I'm at a point in my life where it's not as stressful because I can afford to do things like get my nails done and go out to eat and get drinks. But I'm also, for kind of the first time in my life, trying to be very conscientious of what I'm spending, because although I'm making a decent amount, I'm trying to fatten up my savings a little bit. I have a car loan I need to pay off. I'm planning on traveling a lot this year. My back tattoo done this year. So there's just a lot of things. Even though I can afford the more frivolous spending, I also want to cut back on that. But it's hard when there's this social aspect involved. I think this week was just a outlier. It's not at all like I need to spend money to hang out with my friends. We have plenty of days where we just have game nights. I'm fine if it's every once in a while, but I'm trying to make sure that I'm not making a habit of it. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, my bangs are driving me freaking nuts. It's just something I've been thinking about lately. It's about 4:30, so I just spent the last 4.5 hours writing. So I finished up the revise of my chapter 1, went through and edited, and then just sent it to my friend. Sorry, my brain is like fried. I mean, considering the type of feedback that I got from her, and she knows my story, so it was very specific, and she had examples, and one of the things is that she felt the first chapter was a bit overstuffed, had too much world building and information in general, and she kind of used the Hunger Games as an example. The first chapter isn't Katniss going into the market and learning about Pan Am, it's Katniss going into the woods and watching her be extremely capable with a bow and arrow and seeing how she like survives in this world. And it's a character moment. And so I was just like, okay, so I kind of tried to strip everything down. I put my main character in a new environment, started the chapter off with some action, also had him be a little bit more solitary, still ending it on not quite a question, but a mystery. So I'm hoping between all of that, that I will get good feedback on it. But yeah, like I cannot look at it as screeny anymore, even though I do want to work on my query and getting this footage from this vlog uploaded. So I think I'm going to sit down and read some King of Scars, and then I think I need to head back home because I need to pick up groceries, and I'll have to walk the dog, and then I'll have to feed myself. So I really want to at least start to get this footage uploaded, but I also have this whole weekend. Oh, I'm going to use some PTO, and basically take more or less all of next week off, even though we have really limited hours here anyway. But that also allows another one of my employees to work here in my stead. So it's like I want to make sure they get their hours. That means that I'm gonna have even more free time next week, so I can just be as productive as possible, because next week, yeah, I gotta get a lot of stuff done if I'm going to have all this time available to me. But anyway, right now, I want to read King of Scars.
Prince Street, August 14th, Soho Bar, a speakeasy. It's you and me and I'm feeling free. It's crazy how everyone lives up like Top Gun.
I stopped reading to pet this dog, and now look at him. Oh my God, he's beautiful. Hi, Saphira. Hi. Hi. Oh, stop it. You kill me. Hey y'all, so it is Saturday and it's already 2 p.m. I actually just got here. The center is closed, but there are deep cleaning things and organizing, and oh my gosh, there's our closet where we keep a lot of our cleaning supplies. Seasonal decor is a disaster, so I need to go through that. I actually spent this morning, and I'm sorry I didn't get any footage, but editing this vlog, which is gonna be another super long one. So again, I hope you guys are into that. You seem to be. And reading King of Scars, which I very much enjoy. I'm about 100 pages into it, but it feels like a very quick read. I thought that it was going to take longer because it's such a big book, but yeah, one of those things. It's taking no effort to make a dent through it, which is really nice. And then on my way over here, I was listening to more of Mistborn. I have 16 hours left. The second they decided to make Vin, who's one of the main characters, into a fake noble lady to, you know, get some intel and all that, I already know it's like, this is where I'm gonna really like the story because I'm so into that trope. And she has met a very, very interesting gentleman. Literally just met him at the first ball she's ever gone to, and I have a feeling that he's going to be a major player, and it like just piqued my interest. I like Mistborn, but I have a feeling from this point forward I'm gonna really like Mistborn. My friend texted me last night saying that she is going to read my revised first chapter today, so sometime hopefully I will get that feedback. I think my first 4 chapters need to be decently revised, although if these last few weeks have taught me anything, because I'm so familiar with the world and the characters, revising or even straight up rewriting is not that difficult. It's more trying to figure out the best way to explain all of this information that I have brewing in my head, but I don't want to move forward with all that and go through all that work until I get her feedback, which will hopefully be really positive feedback, but we'll see. And then tonight, a friend and I are gonna watch Mulan. Which is crazy because the center has Disney Plus now. I made all the kids watch Mulan like a few months ago, but I'm always down to rewatch it and get prepared, especially for the live action movie, which actually looks pretty good. Although I heard that the main guy, Li Shang, the main sexy guy general, is not going to be in the movie, and Mulan's not gonna have that love interest, which like, but that's the best part of the movie. I got some really beautiful ribeyes, pico de gallo, and mushrooms and onions that I want to saute. So tonight is going to be lovely. I'm very much looking forward to it. But while I'm here, I think I'm just going to listen to more of Mistborn. While I'm here, I also want to make a list of different video ideas that I want to get out there. Some sit-down videos are obviously way easier and faster for me to film than other ideas that I have. And that doesn't mean I don't want to do those other ideas, but it just requires a lot more planning And that is something I struggle a little bit when it comes to making these YouTube videos, is for whatever reason, I'm really bad at planning them out. I never write scripts for myself. I rarely even make notes. I just turn on the camera, hope I'm in focus, and just start talking at it, which works for some things, like my last video, which was a book haul. It's like, oh, that's an easy thing. I can just spew what I know about these books off the top of my head. No big deal. But then there are some things, like I do want to make a series talking about different Celtic monsters. I want to retake Jordan Peterson's Big Five personality test. I want to talk more about the different board games that I've been into recently, but get more creative with getting B-roll footage for those things. So it's just, yeah, we'll see. But anyway, I'm gonna get to cleaning now, so later.
You and me's a cloudy night to smoke one. How things happen when you move to the city. When you're with me, oh, how you feel me. Oh, things happen when you call me pretty.
Oh my god, it's so cold. It's actually below 20 today, but it is Sunday. I'm actually so close to uploading this current vlog, and then I realized I didn't really do an outro. So just an update, my friend did email me back her feedback for the chapter I sent her, and it was really good. She definitely connected with the main character more, and she just thought it was overall a more impactful intro. There were still some minor things, like especially like feeling that the first sentence or paragraph wasn't strong enough, too many proper words or names, and just a few other minor things, which is like, okay, that's easy to change. I mean, I just cannot wait to start working on rewriting my chapter 2, and I think basically up into like major turning point in the first act when the real conflict gets introduced. I think all of that is going to need, now that I got rid of the prologue, it just needs a little bit either rewritten or revised. So I'm just so eager to get into that this week, especially because I have so much time, and I think this is really going to propel me just with the rest of this book, and I'm just so excited for it. And I'm trying so hard to get her into setting up, not like even a whole website, but just on Fivestar or something to do some freelance editing, because guys, she's so good and so helpful. It's like you really should profit off of this skill set. I have so much to do. I want to take bookstagram photos, so a nice picture of King of Scars, like do something cool with that, see if I have any props that will make that look really cool. Oh, I'm dressed up because my place of work, the not just childcare but the country club as a whole, is throwing an employee event tonight with an open bar. So I'm going to that later, which is really exciting, but I also want to make sure that I get this video uploaded. I read a little bit of King of Scars this morning and last night, but I want to read some more. I guess I have yet to edit my query letter. I mean, I always underestimate how long things are gonna take, but I really don't think it will take me that long. So I, might as well try to get that done. I don't have to be at this event until, gosh, between 5:30 or 6. And it's 1 o'clock, but I just wanted to let you guys know that that's what I'm going to be doing for my day. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it all the way through, make sure to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss any of my future writing or reading or vlog related content. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.